China's rise on the global stage is undeniable.
我命令全军各级要强化练兵备战鲜明导向。
But what does it really mean for the rest of the world? In today's episode, we're diving deep into the heart of the matter, breaking down a heated discussion between Mehdi Hasan and Victor Gao on Al Jazeera's Head-to-Head. We'll unpack the key points they debated and explore the larger implications for China, Taiwan, Xinjiang, and beyond. Buckle up, it's going to be a thought-provoking ride.
How many people are in detention, Victor?
Let me be philosophical.
No, don't be philosophical.
President Xi Jinping will never be president for life.
First up, let's talk about China's military ambitions. According to Gao, China's massive military spending is all about peace, not war. But is that really the case? Let's break it down. China has been ramping up its military capabilities like never before. They're not just investing in more troops and weapons, they're also advancing in cyber warfare, space technology, and artificial intelligence. Gao insists this buildup is purely defensive, meant to protect China's borders. But when you look at the broader picture, especially with China's assertive stance in the South China Sea and Taiwan, it's clear there's more at play here. Now, here's an important point to consider. China's defense spending is shrouded in secrecy. While the official 2024 defense budget stands at 1.67 trillion yuan, $232 billion, some analysts suggest the real figure could be as high as $471 billion, still far behind the US, but significant nonetheless. Understanding the true scale of China's military spending is crucial for global policymakers, as it helps prevent overreactions and miscalculations. Next, the debate got even more intense when Taiwan came into the picture. For China, Taiwan is a non-negotiable part of its territory, and they're determined to bring it back under mainland control, by force if necessary. Gao didn't mince words. He said it's not up to the people of Taiwan to decide their future. The One China policy, in his view, is a matter of national pride and integrity. But this raises a fundamental question. What about the rights and freedoms of the Taiwanese people? Most of them value their independence and democratic way of life, and the thought of being ruled by Beijing doesn't sit well with them. The US has a delicate balancing act here.
Are you willing to get involved militarily to defend Taiwan if it comes to that?
Yes.
While it officially recognizes the One China policy, it also supports Taiwan's right to self-defense. This tension is a potential flashpoint, and how it unfolds could have global ramifications. Then, the conversation turned to one of the most sensitive topics, Xinjiang. Mehdi didn't hold back when asking about the treatment of Uyghur Muslims. Gao, of course, played it down, avoiding any specific numbers and saying it's all about anti-terrorism. But the reality on the ground paints a much darker picture. Here's the deal. According to human rights organizations, including Amnesty International, what's happening in Xinjiang is nothing short of a crackdown. Over 1 million Uyghurs and other Muslim minorities have been arbitrarily detained in what China calls re-education camps. These people face severe restrictions on their religious and cultural practices, and many have reported being subjected to torture and inhumane treatment. China insists these measures are necessary for national security, but the scale and severity of these actions suggest a systematic attempt to erase the identity and autonomy of the Uyghur people. Listening to this, it's hard not to feel concerned. How can something like this be justified, even in the name of security? It really makes you question the balance between national security and human rights. Finally, the discussion turned to Xi Jinping himself, China's leader, who seems to have an iron grip on the country. Gao portrayed Xi as a strong, unchallenged leader, which isn't far from the truth, but there's a lot more to it. Xi's leadership style is all about control. Control over the party, the military, and even the thoughts of the people. He's known for promoting what's called Xi Jinping thought, which is drilled into the minds of millions from a young age. But here's something to think about. Xi's leadership isn't just about his vision and for China's future. It's also deeply rooted in his personal psychology, shaped by his upbringing and early experiences. Xi grew up during the Cultural Revolution, a time when his own family was persecuted. These experiences seem to have made him highly sensitive to threats, both real and perceived. That's why his style is so focused on loyalty and obedience. He sees any form of dissent or disloyalty as a direct threat, which explains the strict measures and heavy-handed tactics we see today. So when you look at how Xi runs China, it's not just about maintaining power, it's about eliminating any potential threat to his vision of a unified, strong China. But this raises the question, at what cost? As the conversation wound down, Mehdi and Gao touched on what lies ahead for China under Xi Jinping's leadership. The future of China is a big question mark, but there are a few trends that seem likely. China is on a path of continued growth and influence, no doubt about it. Xi's focus on technology and innovation is driving the country forward, aiming to make China a leader in areas like AI, renewable energy, and advanced manufacturing. But it's not just about economic growth. China's geopolitical influence is also expanding through initiatives like the Belt and Road, which connects China to markets across Asia, Africa, and beyond. However, with these advancements come challenges. Domestically, China faces an aging population and a shrinking workforce, which could slow down its economic engine. Internationally, the growing tensions with the US and other global powers could either spark new collaborations or lead to more conflict. So where does this leave us? China's future is filled with opportunities, but also significant risks. With everything we've discussed today, it's clear that the decisions made in Beijing will have ripple effects around the world. The question is, how will those ripples shape the future? So what do you think? Is China's military really just for peace? Can Xi Jinping's leadership keep the country stable? Or is it causing more problems? And how should the rest of the world respond to everything that's happening? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. If you enjoyed this breakdown, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives like this one. Hit that bell icon so you don't miss any future videos. Thanks for watching.